Hey, what's cracking, everybody? On today's video, I'm going to take a look at ElysiaOS. I've never heard of this distro. It's the first time I come across it, so this is going to be a new experience for me. I've never installed it. I've never looked at it, nothing. So right here it says elegant, colorful OS for humans. Built on Hyperland with custom plugins, Arch Linux, and exceptional developer experience. Supercharged by modern technology and Elysian elegance. So I'll put the link to this website down in the video description. That way you guys can go through it and see it all. From the looks of it, it's very, I guess Elysia is something to do with this character right here. I don't know if it's a game or a manga or something. All right, ElysiaOS. And we do have some system requirements info. So minimum requirements, no matter what, Elysia will always remain with you. 64-bit processor, 4 GB RAM, 20 GB storage, 3D acceleration. All right, and the recommended is, of course, 8 GB and 100 GB of storage with 3D acceleration. All right, and right here on the download, it says disable secure boot in your BIOS in order to install ElysiaOS. So I'm going to install it on a virtual machine, so I don't know how much that applies. So anyways, I already got it downloaded and up in the virtual machine. So let's head on over there and take a look at ElysiaOS. Looks very colorful. So let's see what we expect. Well, alrighty then. We are here on the virtual machine. And as you can see, it is very colorful, no doubt. Heavily themed. I mean, there's theming going on all over the place. But we're here to install it. So on the desktop, there is an icon, install ElysiaOS. So I went ahead and clicked on that. Alrighty. All right, let me go ahead and pause that audio. Okay, so we got some options right here: disk configuration, CPU, GPU, username, and theme. So let's start from the top and work our way across it. So disk configuration, it already has the drive selected, and auto partitioning entire disk destroys all data. That works for me. All right, CPU. No, it's not an Intel CPU. I'll just select none other. Select CPU microcode system drivers packages, install system stable proof performance. I don't know what that means, but I'll just save configuration. Now GPU, it's not NVIDIA. I'll just do a skip GPU drivers. Save configuration. Now let's give it the username. Of course, I am test. And I'll give it a strong and complicated password. All right, and then I'll save the configuration. All right, theme, Elysia boot, Siren boot. I'm just going to leave the default, Elysia boot. Save configuration. And now I'll just click on start. And from the looks of it, it is a customized Arch installer. Kind of similar to my installer. So we'll see how this goes through. So I'll go ahead and I'll pause the video. And when we come back, hopefully we'll be looking at ElysiaOS. Okay, the system is now rebooted. So we're going to go ahead and enter our password here. All right, and we are fully booted now. And we do have a welcome screen that shows up here. So let's go through the welcome to see what is offered on ElysiaOS. All right, it says choose your style. So let me see if I change that, what happens. All righty, change the wallpaper and change the colors of everything. Click on next, connect to the internet. Choose a network to get online. It says you are already connected to the internet via Ethernet. All right, here are some keyboard bindings. So, you know, of course, this is Hyperland, so there is no regular menu here. So let's see. Super Q, close focus window, super space, launch application manager, super T, terminal, alt tab brings up the workspaces, switcher, control space, change language, super L, locker screen. All right, is there something right here that says something about a file manager? All right, so super plus space. Let's try that right now. Okay. And this is our file manager. No, application manager. It's kind of weird because it makes everything kind of hard to see. What's this right here? Type to search files, search for GIFs, Elysia updater. All right. Okay. Let me go ahead and close that down if I can. Okay, I just closed the welcome screen. Okay, so what are we going to do here? It says about XFCE, but aren't we on Hyperland? All right, so this is kind of weird. Cosmic Store. Let's click on that and see what happens. So this, I guess this is the application manager for the Cosmic desktop, but it's here on this thing right here. So yeah, that's cool. Well, since we're here, let's go ahead and search it. Let's open up, let's look for Nemo file manager. Nemo, let's go ahead and install it. Click on install. Failed to install Nemo from system. Okay, so that's not working. All right, super T. That opens up the terminal. I think it does installing. It's installing something. It's kind of hard to read. I think it's ZD something. It's shit. It's installing a lot of stuff. All right. I guess while it's doing this, let's move to another window space. Let's see. Zoop. Nope, nothing happened there. Nothing happened there. Nothing happened there. And this opens up the terminal again. All right. All right. And I don't see any info. So do they have a fast fetch installed? There you go. So I know it's kind of hard to see because it's hard to see even for me. It says ElysiaOS. It is running the latest kernel, 6.17.8. Packages, 754. And it does say right here, Hyperland. The shell is ZSH. And the rest of the info is, of course, relevant to whatever system it's on. All right. Let's go ahead and clear that. And let's see if Pacman works on here. Sudo Pacman sy, and I'll try to install Nemo. Give it my password. Of course, proceed. Okay, and this is going to install the file manager Nemo. So okay, it installed it. Now we can open up Nemo. ZSH correct Nemo to NM? No. All right. And these are your folders. You have desktop, bin, and my envy. Let's see if what else shows up with the hidden files. All right, we do have our config, floor P icons. Let's go into the config folder. There's a lot of stuff in here. But these these icons are weird as hell. Some pretty weird icons going on here, but you know, it's cool. So it is using Waybar, so that's going to be this title bar up here. And I see some things right here for XFCE. I see Rofi. We do have Rofi. So how do we run Rofi? Type Control D, nothing happens. Let me close these. Okay. I should try to get back to that thing that shows you the you know what? Open up the terminal again. Let me see if welcome brings that back up. Command not found. All right, I'll go ahead and close that. Well, let's just start clicking on stuff, see what happens. Let's see, I clicked on this. What happens? Nothing. Click on that. Okay, it moved my desktop. Move to another desktop. Oh, I guess these are your desktops. Okay. And what is this right here? Everything is hard to see right here. Active window. All right, this one is completed, so I can go ahead and close this one down. All right, what is this right here? This is volume control. So, all right, got your volume control right here. What is this right here? CPU, your internet connections. So, all right. What about this one over here? Brightness. Okay, I don't know if that changed anything. It doesn't, well, at least to me, it doesn't appear that it changed anything. All right. Okay, so all of these are just system tray options. So this is your Bluetooth option. See this right here? This is your calendar. Yeah, everything is hard to kind of see right here. All right, well, let's see, what is this? Some type of clipboard manager or text editor? Okay, close that up. What's this? This looks like a keyboard. Clicking on it, I didn't see anything. What's this right here? Active window manager. And this over here, ElysiaOS power menu. So let's click on this. About this power menu. Okay, keybinds. Beautiful. Now we're getting somewhere. Super Q, close focus window, super space, launch application manager, super space, super T terminal, alt tab, brings up the workspaces switcher, control space, change language, super L, lock your screen, and super M, power menu. All right, so there's super M. That gives you your lockout and all that. All right, let's see. Super plus space. Is that gonna open up? Yeah, it opens up this weird thing over here again. You know what? Let me open up Super M and let me go to themes. Try to get something more workable. Cause this, okay, it just Super M. Switch to theme again. Hopefully we get something more readable. All right, Super M. Let's get back, change another theme. Trying to get something more functional that will help me read everything better. Now, obviously, I would not recommend this to anybody, at least not to a new user, because this would have you put in your hair if you had any. Let me go back to this over here. If it'll allow me to click on it, it doesn't. Let me focus the mouse over here and try to close this. That doesn't close. Okay. All right, we're on the apps menu. So what apps do we have? Elysia Updater, Elysia Downloader, Kitty, Elysia Settings. Let's take a look at Elysia Settings. All right, Elysia Settings. We got car, battery, appearance. Let's go to appearance, see if we can change this up some. Wallpaper selection or theme selection. Okay, so this just changes the themes. All right, let's see about these wallpapers. All right, let's try this. Let's go to apply changes. Okay, hopefully that makes it a little bit better to look at. All right, super space. Let's open this back up now. So what was this? Cosmic Store. Let's open up a web browser. Doesn't have Firefox. How about let's try Brave. I don't see Brave. Does it have Chromium? Yeah, I don't think this has anything. I would have to install a browser myself. All right, well, like I said, I'm looking at this as if I'm a new user. Let me see what this opens up. Elysia Downloader. Download beautiful Elysia art. Let's just go through all these, see what they all do. All right, Elysia settings. Let's see, click on Hyperland, see what happens. All right, Hyperland applications, screenshot. Scroll through it. Oh, the browser is Floor-P. Got it. All right, browser 2. It does say Google Chrome. I did try to launch Chrome. Launcher, Rofi show. Yeah, you would have to be a more seasoned user to take a look at that. You know what? Let me try to launch it again. All right, so we have, let me see what car is about. Open up car, language settings. Okay, that's for language settings. Battery, see what battery's about. Battery status, of course, I don't have a battery because I'm not on a laptop. We already saw appearance, we already saw power. Bluetooth, all right, it's pretty self-explanatory if you had a Bluetooth setup. Sound should be self-explanatory. About should be self-explanatory. Display, all right, it has your display settings. Now let me try the screen brightness again. Okay, now if I apply changes, yeah, I guess that would work if you were on a laptop that had those type of settings. Network, we already know. Updates, storage, Hyperland. Let me click on this Elysium Realm. Okay, I think it's the same thing, just with different icons. All right. Yeah, these icons are weird. All right, so this is the file manager. And like I said before, you know, all these icons and themings. Yeah, it's pretty weird. Kind of reminds me of that Hannah Montana distro. All right, I don't see no point. If I'm a new user, and I wanted to look at the system, I would just be it would just be a problem. But I guess for power users, it wouldn't be a problem, you know, with all the key bindings and stuff like that. But for a new user, this is definitely not recommended for a new user. For a power user, I'm pretty sure they'll be in heaven with all this theming and stuff like that. Me, I kind of like fall in the middle somewhere, you know. I'm not a power user and I'm not a new user, but I do fall in the middle somewhere. All right, so this is ElysiaOS. If you find this interesting and you want to take a look at it yourself, I will have the link down in the video description. That way you can play with it yourself if you want to. And I highly recommend that you do this in a virtual machine. Don't go straight to bare metal with this. And don't ask me about dual booting this or something like that. Play with it in a virtual machine, learn it before you even attempt to put this on bare metal, because this is not for the average user. All right, you guys. If you're new to the channel, please go ahead and subscribe. If you liked the video you just saw, please give it a thumbs up. If you didn't like the video you saw, by all means, give it a thumbs down. It's all fair game here on LinuxHub Prime. One thing to note, I probably should have said this in the beginning. I did try to install it in regular BIOS, and I got an error. So I rebooted the whole system and I redid it in UEFI. So the installer gave me an error on BIOS, so I had to do it in UEFI. All right, that's one thing to know. All right, you guys, that's going to do it for this video. And I'm out.